We are Loma Theater, and
I'm Brian.
Melissa, and we just finished watching the City Council meeting in person.
Yeah.
And
So
this is November 21st.
We're going to make this short. City Council meetings are usually only about an hour long, so we will keep this brief. First impressions, what do you think? We were a little bit late. Full disclosure, we were 3 minutes late and they were already into the meeting. So
yeah, I figured we'd just probably maybe miss the pledge if we missed anything, but no, they were already chatting. So you can go online, go to Socorro, NewMexico.gov, I think, or cityofsocorro.org. I don't remember. Yeah. But yeah, you can watch all the council meetings, even ones you missed there. So we got there. Somebody was talking about something. I don't know what they were talking about. And then one of the citizens who we happen to know, Greg Miller, was there. And he spoke of, in the public forum, he was talking about how he watched the debates and there was some questions about ordinances and cleanup. And where he lives, it sounds like there's a bunch of livestock,
abandoned cars, trash, weeds. Seems like a number of things that he's been battling for a couple decades now, it seems like. So,
yeah.
So that was interesting.
It was interesting. It was quite a speech he gave, I thought.
I thought it was great.
He did very good. I would have been nervous as hell, but he conducted himself well, I thought.
Yeah.
And then the response.
So the response was, I mean, hopefully some of you all watch this, but the mayor said they have to be careful. A couple things, being a poor town for one. Two, he did talk to the code enforcer and livestock agent, I guess, right? And then it has to go to court. It sounds like another judge issue again. But the mayor said they're trying. They're making an attempt, that it's a long, lengthy process. But one thing that the mayor did say, which I thought was interesting, was, hey, we cleaned up the Sands Motel, and so we got that. Where Greg Miller said, I don't think the Sands Motel is a thing you could just hang your hat on and be happy with. And of course, the mayor was very polite and said, oh, no, that's not it. But I think Greg was right. I think it's, I think give both credit to both parties. I think Greg was right. Also, I think the mayor, I think with the Sands Motel, I think it was trying. It is an effort. Maybe there was some motivation behind that. I mean, I know that there was a lot of break-ins there. I know there was an overdose there. There's a fire there. I know.
It was a cesspool.
It was a mess, yeah.
For too long.
For way too long, yeah.
And it was really sad too. It's a cute little place. So to watch it go to shit, that was. But it is what it is, and it's gone now. Except the sign. The sign, just like in every business that closes in Socorro, the sign remains.
It's like a tombstone there. Saying, here used to lie the Sands Motel. It's like, I don't understand. Yeah. Go up and down Socorro, Main Street only. Count how many dead signs there are in this town. You will be surprised.
Do you remember when, so something we used to do, we used to go up to the Circle K when it was only one Circle K, and we were broke. Getting our cheap 79-cent drinks. That was like, hey, what do you want to do? Do you want to go get a 79-cent drink? And so anyway, so we got our 79-cent drinks one time, and we said, let's go for a drive. Let's count all the old signs from businesses that should have been removed.
Right.
We stopped. Well, we went up and down California, Spring, and up partial of 60, and then Frontage Road.
Yeah.
When we got to 50, we stopped. And so we haven't. That was like several years ago.
We haven't done that in a while.
That was several. I think Sierra Bank, isn't that one still up?
I think so.
And
yeah.
I've never seen a Sierra Bank in Socorro. So
That's the one where Shirley's driving used to be.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm dating myself.
Yeah. But anyways, I know Sierra Bank sign is still there, or was still there. I checked.
We don't notice it anymore. We're blind to it. But
yeah.
now we notice the Sands
Now the
hotels
Sands.
just kind of sticks out. So
Yeah. So job not finished.
we need to complete the process. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways,
moving
back
on.
to so. It sounded like the mayor was going to talk to a judge that he's already meeting with, and he's going to talk to the judge and see what they can do. But it sounds like this stuff has been going on for at least 26 years.
Yeah.
And it sounds like if something was going to be done, it would have been by
But,
now.
you know, the one thing stay engaged, okay? So the mayor did bring up, and I was really surprised because during the debates, the mayor had said that, you know, you have brought up a question about, which is what Greg brought up, was a question about ordinances and how, you know, things are kind of dilapidated and this and that. And the mayor, during the debate, was kind of defensive a little bit. And how, remember, not defensive like,
Yeah,
oh, no, but
he was like,
he
I
was
don't know
like-
what you're talking about
Yeah.
because I think it's really nice
it's
here.
beautiful, and
Yeah.
my wife's family came down, and they couldn't talk about how well the place was. Okay, but trying to keep this brief. He sounded like to me he recognized the fact that there are a lot of people that are questioning that, right? That felt the same about the question. Clearly,
Yeah.
Greg did, but
Yes.
there must have been more because the mayor wasn't so defensive this time.
Yeah,
he was very like, look,
okay, you
the
got
fact
my,
that
you
he's
got my attention,
we got it.
people.
Yeah, and
Yes.
the fact that he's going to be having a talk with the judge, he has a meeting to discuss what can be done. You know, I think that says something. So,
Yes.
hey,
So Greg said he's going to be back.
he's going to say in a few weeks.
Yeah, or a few meetings
Yeah,
or something like that. So I'm interested to see, because he wasn't backing down, because he said, first of all, I would like to say that once upon a time I too was poor, and yet I would never live in that kind of condition. I still took care of myself and my property or whatever, even being poor. So he laid that out like that's an excuse that's got to stop.
That's just an excuse.
And then that thing about, okay, that's nice what you did with the Sands. And Greg was giving total props to the mayor, to the council, and congratulating them on their wins. And he was not being confrontational whatsoever. I didn't feel. And I know Greg. Like
he was
I was
concerned.
actually ready for Greg to like they better don't mess with Greg.
Right,
Greg is a very intelligent person, and so I should say don't mess with Greg. Like he's gonna, that's my I don't know.
Anyways, it was yeah. So it was a good. What we had seen, I thought it was good on both parties.
Yeah, absolutely.
Greg as a concerned, engaged citizen, and the mayor, responding in kind. And so things will remain to be seen. So
yeah,
we're going to look forward to
it's a good
seeing
one.
what happens.
It's a really good scenario and situation to follow up on and watch and see how this one's going to unfold. Okay, and then they approved like a couple of motions to do some things. It was real quick, and then they went boom, co-op.
Co-op. And it seemed like that was another big
Electric
topic.
co-op.
Okay. And the fact that the city is trying to, as you all know, the city is trying to do something different. The co-op's lease is up next year. I think it's June 24, something like that.
He's May.
Something like that. But I know it's coming up very soon. Okay.
And the city said, hey, we're going to be good to go, taking over electric in less than a year.
Yeah.
And I think Michael O'Keefe was like,
Did we approve
wait,
that?
what?
Right.
Yeah. And like he's asking for feasibility studies and
which they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to produce it by next month, I think. But in December, he said, the mayor said. My big surprise watching the whole thing, and I'm looking around, I was like, where are the electric co-op representatives?
Yeah.
Not saying, you when I mentioned it
I
to
think
you.
even if they showed up though, all they could do is really just sit there and shake their
okay,
head.
so here's my argument with that. But when we came in, and we came in late, so they were already in their meeting, and we sat down, and the mayor was already doing his thing. He acknowledged us, which was
we got a shout out.
which was
really cool.
Unexpected, completely unexpected. But it was he acknowledged this. Okay, and here's Greg, a concerned citizen. He came in person. He didn't have to, right? He could have just watched it and sent his counselors a note and mailed it off and given it to them. I think it speaks volumes when you just show up and be present, be in the moment, and as much, and we've heard from both sides, right? During the debates, we heard from both sides, or we heard from one side during the debates.
No, we heard from one. We got to talk to the co-op separately because they showed up and they engaged with us.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think
but
it's...
the people did not get to hear what we heard from the co-op.
No, of course.
Like we have the 411 on co-op stuff.
So we're like, I'm looking around, and of course, it's unfortunate more people don't go to the council meetings. And I'm looking around, like, where are the co-op? Where is the co-op? Where are they?
Okay. Where was co-op? Which I was surprised they hit hard on co-op in this meeting.
Well, there was
this
reasons.
Was a good one to watch.
So the co-op, yeah.
But hold on,
Yeah, go ahead.
And off subject, where were the mayoral candidates?
Yeah.
Nobody was there that ran for mayor. Nobody.
Yeah.
And I was a little like, are they still licking wounds? Are they still interested in Socorro? What's happening? I was expecting all of them to be there and engaged. Yeah, what can we do? How can we help?
Right.
And how can we still? And I hate that. I hate it when people run for an office and then you don't hear.
You
and not that they have other things going on, and maybe they're watching it online at home. But like you said, that presence.
I think the
presence really being there, hey, we are sincere about engagement with the city. Same thing with co-op.
Totally.
Where were they tonight? And maybe they weren't expecting them to talk about it. I don't know.
So I think as heated as the mayor. So the mayor and Michael and
Damien,
sorry, it's late. I've been up since 3 a.m. Damien said after the debates, he said his office, lots of people coming in talking to him about the co-op. What's this thing about the co-op? We don't know all the questions, but it seemed like there was an influx of questions that went to talk about. The mayor's defense, which I think was totally on board, I was nodding my head, is that they've been talking about this for 7 years. Yes, they have. It's been in the paper. It's been council meetings. Again, it's about being engaged, right? So I think the co-op, as hot a topic as this is, the fact that their lease is running out, and they'd like to, I would think that the co-op wants to do something. In my opinion, if it was me, my job is at stake. Okay, so I have a stake in this, and suddenly, oh God, another company, Guzman, and then maybe another one the mayor kind of brought up. Oh God, okay, I need to show presence. Just show up. Their PR guy, somebody. You're talking. There's two city council meetings. We're talking 2 hours out of an entire month. Just show up.
If co-op is watching this, Jared,
or any council member or something. The mayor.
Sit behind the podium. People watching online can see you.
Yeah.
Which I forgot about that when we came in and nobody's sitting here. Let's sit here. So I don't know if I was there or not. But anyways, I know in that vicinity. You can be seen.
Right.
If somebody was there with the co-op, they could be nodding or doing this.
Right.
And anybody watching online, which, if anybody watched this meeting, it was probably online because hardly anybody was there.
Right.
Then people watching online would say, okay, yeah, we need to question this, or they agreed with that part, or you know what I mean? That would be a little, I don't know. What would you call that?
I would say you're interested. If it was me, if I was a member of the co-op, I know I'm a paid member of the co-op in a way, but if I was a board member or if I was an executive, you know, in any small capacity or whatever, I want to show up and I would want to be present and seen, at the very least, to say, look, I'm engaged in this. Now, we all know mentally, we know you're engaged in it, but I don't think everybody realized that. And I think it would just show the city, it's like, look, we're here, we're listening to everything you're saying, and we'd like to work this out. Unless you don't want to work it out.
Yeah, because they were actually saying,
they
were actually, I felt like they were saying some things like, well, if co-op wants to do this, or if they want to do that, like, but I think what we need is that meeting. They need that meeting, you know.
Somebody.
They were talking about selling something,
right.
Or, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, so they talked about co-op, and they were talking about how Guzman is already helping the city of Aztec and the city of Raton. Well, I mean, I just get on my phone, I start researching. I'm like, okay, well, I forget I know there's like a website, and just I have brain fog, I guess, because it's like PBE or something where you could find out electrical prices. So what we need to find out, what is Raton and what is Aztec paying? I got on Facebook to see what are people saying, because that's where I'm at, is what are customers saying, because people could report whatever numbers they want, but what are the people saying? Well, you look up City of Aztec utilities, they are complaining. They have like a 1.6 rating on Google, and the electric is crawling up, and like they're so unhappy with the electric, it looks like. But also, I read on one of them, because all their utilities are combined. Like when they get a city bill, it's electric, gas, water, sewer. That's trash. And somebody was complaining, my bill was $150 and now it's $50 more. This is ridiculous. And I'm like, wait a minute, $200 for everything? Like, that sounds pretty good to me. So, but
it's perspective.
It's perspective. But I think that's something that needs to be researched, is because they kept saying in 4 years the price is going to go up.
Well, no.
Or the price will change.
Yeah, they said
we
something
have
like
a solid price for 4 years.
They're paying X amount for 4 years. And then, of course, I think the logic question, I was waiting for some of the council members to say, well, what is it after 4 years? Of course, I think it is the obvious, is it's going to go up. And maybe there is who knows what that rate is going to be in 4 years, but I really wish one of the councilors asked that question.
Yeah, it's too bad they don't take questions, because there were so many times I was like, I got a question. And you just got to sit there and listen to them chat. And so that's why we're here. We are here to deliver what we saw, what we thought, and post your comments, post your thoughts, but watch the council meeting.
Yeah, watch the council.
Then come back here and then post what you saw. Well, I'm sure we're missing so much stuff. We're going to try to make a short video.
We're trying to keep it short. So.
Well, yeah, but we really went off on
it's okay.
No representation for the co-op. And then, was there anything else? I know they were talking a lot about those city ordinances and zoning, and it sounds like they're trying to crack down on stuff, but they said they didn't want to name who or what, but they just did like a big crackdown on somebody somewhere.
Right.
And I heard them say they have 2 ordinance officers now.
Yeah, 2 ordinance officers. A new police officer, congratulations, welcome. And it's always great. And that's what I got out of it today.
Okay,
which was great.
Yeah. And it was a pretty good vibe in there.
It was great.
There was 2 counselors missing, Marian Chavez and Lopez and Anton. Yeah. I always keep note who's gone. Yeah. I just do. Yeah. I want to see everybody there, I guess. But people have stuff happening,
life
and
happens,
kids and grandkids and all of that. Yeah. Nothing bad about them missing out or whatever. And the only person that spoke, really, I felt Michael Ogeen was speaking on behalf of he was actually doing most of the side stuff, like making the motions and talking about the city of electric. Like, it sounds like if you do not want the co-op to come in, if you don't want Guzman to come in, if you don't want the city to take over, it sounds like Michael Ogeen would be your man to go to. like, not, he's total anti, but he's for the other side, like
I believe
finding out all the information.
So I'd like to say, because they're asking for all the information, that all of the school, all the board members feel that way. And that's
Like
why
that they all want the information.
They all want this.
But after the council debate, it
didn't really seem that way, right?
No, I think it's fair to say that Gordy and Nick are for the electric co-op.
Right, and Anton, because he did raise his
hand. And
Anton,
right. And then Marianne, she was against it. I'm not saying Michael is against it. I don't know really that. I haven't talked to him about it. But just watching the meeting, I would.
He had a lot of questions.
Yeah, because I think if he was for it, he probably wouldn't have had so many questions. And then that's the only time Damian Ocampo spoke up during the whole meeting. Was he's all for it if it helps our future generations, but he pointed out, as Joel said in the debate, we need the info.
We need the info. And he really wants, I believe Joel really, not Joel, I'm sorry, Damon really said it best. He wants the info for himself, but also for his constituents. But that's why. He wants to get it out.
For everyone,
and the mayor was kind of defensive a little bit, like, look, we've been doing this for 7 years, but that's why next month, all the information that he has, numbers, facts, and black and white, should come out that could give everybody a well-informed decision. Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the problem, is we'll have to read all of that, and you and I will probably have to get on here and tell people, because I don't know about you, but
52 pages on the last one he said it was? Yeah.
I honestly do not read the paper half the time, and shame on me, I know. But I am now. I am more. I love what Jessica's doing with it.
Yeah.
And I was smart and got an online subscription. So if I'm gonna have a screen in front of me, then I could read the paper. Those people, they're not going to follow.
Right.
They're not going to follow this stuff. And so seeing the debates, it's been an eye-opener.
It really was.
I mean, it
really
was for us too.
Yeah, totally.
And so we're on board. We're on board with everyone else here that, hey, we didn't know a lot of this. Mm-hmm. And now we're getting educated as well. And so we'll try to continue to update you all and keep you educated, or try, we have to be careful because we're not certified.
We're trying to stay unbiased at the same time.
Yeah, try to stay unbiased.
And give you our own honest opinions.
Because I don't know about you, for me personally, I do not have an opinion about the electric co-op.
I don't feel like I'm informed enough to give you
exactly.
an opinion. You can see a lot of things. You all got that mailer in, what the co-op put out, and it looks striking. But again, they're leaning because their job is at stake, right? I mean, let's be honest. And on the mayor's perspective, he's got different numbers, and so it's just about being educated, and search out for yourself and follow your gut, maybe. I don't know. It's neat. The mayor pointed out a bunch of.
They would say
cities.
Follow the money.
Right.
Is somebody going to make money off of this deal? Like that's, I don't know.
So the mayor pointed out Raton and Taos and.
No, Raton and Aztec.
Yeah, Taos came up as well.
I thought they were with Kit Carson.
Oh, are they? Okay. Well,
maybe I'm wrong. They could have switched over.
You're probably right. But. Do your research. Reach out. You told me that Tier C is part of the Guzman thing, right?
They have their own. I don't know if they're with Guzman, but they're with their own electric municipality, and what we were told, which I have not talked to someone from TRC, but we were told they are trying to get out of it. That they screwed up.
So hopefully next time we get a little more educated,
That's coming from an electric co-op person. That's where I got my information. So I can't say that.
Right.
I mean.
So what we can do.
Find someone from Tier C.
Find someone from Tier C
and ask them.
Are you happy with your rates?
Yes.
Are you happy with the way things are being done here? I mean, the mayor's right. We pay 20%. We pay 20%. here, right? 20% or 20 cents? I don't know what it is.
For what?
For your electric. For a business?
What are you talking, 20% in tax?
No, it's 20, maybe not 20%, but 20, it was 20 something, it was a big number. Because business rates are different than residential rates, and business rates pay higher in electric usage. And so maybe it's 20% higher than
maybe that's
something
what he
like
said.
that. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
I don't
what he
know.
meant. But we do pay.
It's higher, but
we do pay
use
higher.
a lot more electric here than.
Well, but I mean, but percentage-wise, like we pay a higher percentage than residentials do. Like our house bill is going to be cheaper than that. So, anyways, do research.
Do your research. If you know anybody in Raton, Aztec, or TRC, ask them how they like their electric utilities being run by the city, if they would recommend that for Socorro. Some people may just love it, and this may be a great thing for Socorro.
Yeah, totally.
And we just all need to keep an open mind, I feel like, about this. I mean, I would be sorry for the people at the co-op, but they're gonna find. They're super bright people there and awesome people. Like, and I get some of why they would be worried about their jobs and whatnot. I'm not, but life changes, things change. But let's all do our research and get together.
Get engaged.
And get engaged. And hopefully more people will see you at the next council meeting.
December 5th.
And we would love maybe even to have some people talk with us on camera about what they thought.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be really fun.
So if you guys want to, just give us a message. I'm not Facebook savvy, so I don't know. Let us know.
Yeah, well, this is going to be on YouTube.
YouTube, so
on our
comment.
YouTube channel. So.
Say, hey, Melissa, I'd like to talk to you.
Okay, so this is as long as the council meeting was.
We're wrapping this up now. All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Come out to the Loma, watch a movie with us.
Yes.
We'll entertain you guys, either here or not. So,
okay. Bye-bye. Good night.